We have other microphones.
Yeah, but do they go? I mean, do we have? Yeah, there's a whole other microphone right above my head.
Is this supposed to be as loud as it is?
You can turn it down.
Yeah.
So, and also, you're just explaining to us the reason why it might be loud for you and not for us. There's a silver knob
there's
down
a knob.
there. Are you
can
turning
turn
it
up and on.
Are you turning it up or turning it down?
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Plug it in the other one.
Plug it in the other one.
Plug it in. Plug it in. Might not even work then.
Oh,
so
I haven't heard plug it in in
I
such a long
know.
time.
So
you guys
wait.
are, do you? But if it, Ruby, you might not remember this because you're probably just like even more of just a child, you know, like so. Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Do you remember that at all?
Not ringing any bells. No.
You're going to have to talk into the mic a little bit.
Yeah.
Not ringing any bells. No.
You could. You don't have to touch it. Like you could just like.
Oh, do you guys want me to leave?
No, we want you to stay. We just want you to do it the right way. Do it our way or the har way.
The har way.
My way or the highway. Our way or the har way.
Oh, gotcha. That makes more sense.
Thank goodness.
Harwood. Ruby was just telling us that she feels bad that she said that she would come in here because
she made a mistake.
She was partying yesterday.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm hungover. And I got tricked because early in the night it would have been fun to do the podcast in the morning. And then the more I drank and the later it got, it was like, I don't think I can do this. But I made it here.
You did. You don't even look hungover.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A lot of effort went into that.
Really?
No.
That didn't seem... Well, yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't seem like you put effort in. But you don't seem hungover. Wait, what'd you do yesterday then? How late did you stay up?
Yeah, and
I didn't stay out very late, but we started drinking pretty early.
Oh, where'd you go?
In the morning. She started drinking at 3 a.m.
We went to Plaza.
Nice.
We love a marg. We went to Plaza. We went to a place called the Sandbox.
Yep.
Like newer. It's in West Fargo.
Yeah, it used to be whatever.
It used to be a whatever.
Yeah, the bistro or something. It was like 3 different things already.
Yeah, I think it. I'm, holding on hope for the Sandbox. Hopefully they work it out up there. But we went there.
Where was Fargo's? It's not where like JT Cigar or like wherever.
It's by Pube West.
Oh yeah. Okay. I know. What's that? Not McAllister's. I feel like it was called some. Yeah, there's a bar, whatever, Mackenzie River or something like that. I don't know, but
that's it's
kind of over that way.
No, we just went anywhere with a patio.
Ooh, I ate brats yesterday and then I took more naps.
That's actually my plan for our when we had our weekend, which was just a couple days ago. My plan was to just go back home and start a fire.
Yep.
And roast. I have these special hot Italian sausages, and I was going to roast those over the fire, eat them, and go to bed. That's not what happened.
No, what happened?
Too much to explain.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
We're
not talking about me, Ruby. We're talking about you and your poor choices.
Yeah.
Of what you did last night.
We only made great choices this weekend.
Yeah, every choice we made was top shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe
it's the weird thing about this weekend. The one night, it's just like, I only blacked out the middle of the night. Then I remember the later and like the beginning of it. And it was just like a 3-hour period where I was like, wait, I know that we walked into these other places, but multiple times.
Yes, we did go, we did a run where we were going back and forth from I think 2 places. Well, we walked. And it was close enough, but still some people was like, let's take an Uber. And I'm like, by the time the Uber gets here, we would have been inside for 5 minutes,
Yeah, no.
But still.
Then I just woke up with a bunch of pictures. Well, even I didn't even wake up. I just snapped out of it. I'm like, how did we get here? And then all of a sudden, I just have a bunch of pictures of us upstairs around a bear at Dempsey's.
Nice.
And then a
real bear or a gay man?
Both.
Okay.
but then on our TikTok for I Woke Up for This, there's just some girl that is just posted, and I'm like, I have no idea who this is. I don't know where she took this picture, and it was just on our TikTok.
She got you guys.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know how she would have my
That's
phone.
so
I don't
funny.
know.
But where's
Good for
that?
her.
Where's the background of that picture?
That's what I don't know.
We'll
Nobody
pull it
knows
back
what
up,
that
let's
is.
Inspect.
Yeah, because the best part is that wasn't even a picture that was on my, not even a picture that was on my phone. It's only on our TikTok.
And then where did she get that song?
I don't know.
It's very crazy.
It's a whole
Yeah.
like, the whole thing is just bonkers.
'Cause I was wondering if I got hacked. Then I was like, but that's a weird thing to hack. And then
I
just,
don't know. This looks like Dempsey's to me. It's the Bud. No, this might be sports even. It's a Bud Light mirror.
Bud Light mirrors are everywhere, and that mirror. I
Yeah.
mean,
that's not sport.
you can see
sports
it's
doesn't
too-
really look like that.
yeah, it's got too much just
I
different
don't know.
lighting.
There was a pipe out, so it's one of the older ones. That's all I know.
That's what it was. Maybe did we go to the basement of Boss's Chicken and Pizza again later? No, you know what else is weird?
Did
When
you guys go
when I went to
do
go
some
get,
gambling.
oh yeah, I started off the night winning $300,
Oh, that's how. Yeah,
and then Miller won $500,
That'll black you out.
and then I didn't have any cash in my wallet the next morning, and other charges.
and other charges.
Yeah, and the
like public indecency.
and then we were, and then Monday when I finally got my car, there was just like $95 spread out over the seats and inside my vehicle, and I'm like, we didn't drive my vehicle anywhere because it was parked in the same exact spot in the parking ramp.
No, but you kept saying, I think I lost a bunch of money. I do remember that because I was like, if you would have dropped money out of your pocket, I would have seen it and I would have grabbed it and I'd be like, I didn't see anything. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I just kept thinking, man, that sucks. Blaise lost a bunch of money. But it wasn't like we weren't having fun.
Yeah, we were having the best time of our lives. Actually, one of the most fun time of my life, I think.
Nice.
It was like like if you were doing a countdown, like I'd probably have to rearrange some things, but it would be in the top 25. And
Yeah.
then I'd go back down to top 15. Then be
Yours
like,
has to be different because you're married and you have had a child. So like you can't rank like this weekend above.
You
A
don't
lot
know
of
his
things,
thought
I think.
process.
I
yeah,
mean,
also
morally.
I don't know if
would,
you've spent a whole weekend with me, Ruby. Most people are like, I'd take that over marriage.
To be honest with you, Blaise, I don't know if I could.
Yeah, you would, and you'd be like, you know what? I always thought marriage would be cool
I
until I
think-
hung out a whole weekend with Blaise. Now,
but somehow we're married. Like I don't. Who's this? Where's this Vegas picture came from? Did I say that in English? Who's this? Where's this Vegas picture come from? So what's your favorite drink, Ruby? Like when you're out, I know you said you love a marg, but you're out and about. You're like, hey, I go to the bar and I say Tito's and soda with the lime. What do you say?
I like tequila sour. I like Coors Banquet. I like Corona with lime.
Coors Banquet is I did not expect you to say that.
I'm so surprised that you even used the word banquet when you said Coors.
Why?
Well, it
It's the
differentiates.
better one.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me that. Coors versus Coors Banquet versus Coors Light.
Coors Light is also great. Don't get me wrong. Classic light beer, but Banquet is better, preferable.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna take one over the other, but would you? I'm surprised that you would just choose that.
Why?
Just because it's Coors Light or Coors Banquet. Like, I suppose if you're trying to go for a long haul, that's why I drink it. I drink a bunch.
Yeah, ordering a Coors Banquet though it's a particular person, and you don't
Yeah,
seem to
it's
fit
me.
that.
Yeah, like when I think of Coors Banquet, I think of like somebody who chops down trees, like a lumberjack, like a rugged person, and he's got like he has calluses on his hands. You know what I'm saying?
And I knew that was what the root
Yeah.
of this issue was.
It seems like a
it
girl.
all
that-
comes
Hey,
back to it.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say this, Ruby. Every issue.
No, I'm a girl, so I can't like Coors Banquet. Jokes on you guys. I'm pretty sure I stole it from a boy anyway. I don't know. I'm pretty sure a guy I dated one time gave me one, and I was like, yeah, I like this now. And now it's just my beer.
Oh.
It's a good beer.
Yeah.
It tastes good.
you just want to be more like men, so
yeah,
we get it.
I want to be more like men because I love them so much, and I think they're awesome, and I can't wait to be a part of it.
You know what? I mean, you have to know this by now, but this is recorded, and what you just said can be used against you in a court of public opinion.
Oh no, they're gonna clip me.
You're gonna get clipped.
You're going to get clipped. That can mean other things.
Like in the car, or like a haircut. I don't think I'm.
Or getting shot. Like,
I
clip 'em.
suppose. Oh yeah, you could clip somebody.
Click clack.
I was taking a bath. No, that's slip splash. Tic Tac. I was taking a bath.
Tic Tacs. Oh, you know what I saw the other day? A giant container of giant Tic Tacs, orange flavor only.
How would you eat them?
Well, that's actually what I looked at. They weren't giant, as in like, but they were big enough where it would be like, And I mean, it wasn't like, think of a disinfectant container. Like, it wasn't like this big. You know what I mean? And it wasn't this big. It was like, I don't know. Hold up your pinky. Maybe like the size of your thumbnail or your pinky nail.
That's like how big the actual. Okay, so it's just like slightly larger.
Yeah, well, that's giant for a Tic Tac. If I was two times as large as I am, I'd be giant.
How many Tic Tacs you think is the lethal dose?
17.
Ooh. No, that's not right.
Isn't that the plot of Juno? They figured that out.
Really?
No,
That's
the
not
plot,
the plot
of Juno is
is
like Jason Bateman's trying to get with
Juno.
Yeah.
Juno is the.
No, Juno's with Michael Cera. Gets
right.
Yeah,
Elliot Page.
Jason Bateman is in it, and he's trying to get with Ellen Page. Eric Page.
Elliot.
Elliot
Page. Sorry.
Yeah, that is the weird
Jason
thing.
Bateman is the adopted father, like hoping to be.
Yeah,
but
he's a perv. Takes place in St. Cloud. Isn't that cool?
Right.
I never knew that, actually. Good soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Well, independent movies typically will have like a soundtrack that's like sometimes even better than the movie.
Yeah, that one got like a bunch of awards.
The movie or the soundtrack?
The soundtrack. And I think it was made by a porn actress.
The soundtrack?
No, the whole movie, like the director or writer.
And she also made Jennifer's Body.
Or did she?
That was also a very good movie.
That was good?
Oh, I loved that movie. It was just mismarketed.
I thought it was a scary movie, but I don't know.
It was a little bit scary movie, but it was more like
Jennifer's Body. Initially, they were just like, look at this hot girl.
Yeah, it was Megan Fox.
They marketed the movie to men. They made it seem like it was like, oh, this is a horror movie with hot girls in it, and it turned out to actually just be like a good movie, but it's like male audiences aren't really gonna like if they came for like hot girls being crazy.
Have you heard of this movie called Coyote Ugly?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Me and my friends, I take that back. My friends were like, dude, can't wait to go see Coyote Ugly. And I was like, I don't think so, man. It's rated like PG-13. And they were like, dude, those girls so hot. And I was like, PG-13.
Yeah.
Like,
do you understand a 13-year-old can go to this movie by themselves? And then they were like,
with parental guidance.
14
parental guidance ranges 13.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is a wild system to rate.
It's a weird number to
You can
like
go
13.
to this 13-year-old if you have parental guidance. Or is it parental guidance up to 13?
Yeah, I think you got to be 13
you should
or
watch
older.
it with a parent up until.
Yeah, that's a weird. So you're like you go to the movies and you're like,
this doesn't apply to any of us.
Yeah. What is what is nuts is like we'd have to drive to Dickinson to go to movies every once in a while because you'd only have like one movie going on at a time. And when we
because it was at Bob's house on a TV.
When we went to Team America World Police, they ID'd. We were freshmen, and there was like seniors that went there before us. They're like, "How'd you get in here?" We're like, "We just paid." They're like, "We got ID'd to go to a movie," which is wild.
Well, maybe they wanted the lady who wanted to see like what their names were, so she could look them up on Tic Tac.
Maybe in the future.
Patty whack.
Give a dog a bone.
Exactly.
What's your favorite nursery rhyme, Ruby?
I like the one about the bears going on the picnic in the woods.
In the woods?
It's kind of.
They run into a girl. Is the girl afraid, or does she rather meet the three bears?
I don't think there's any girls in it. I think it's just bears.
What?
I'm thinking of Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
That's a good one too.
What one
What's
are
your
you
favorite
thinking of?
nursery rhyme?
Wait, what?
Goldilocks
What
isn't
one
a,
are you thinking
isn't-
of?
Yeah, that's not a
So
not a
it's just
nursery
bears
rhyme.
and it's not Goldilocks?
Well, yeah, there's Goldilocks and Three. There's other stories with bears in them.
No, there isn't.
I know which
There
bear.
are.
Which bear story are you talking
Yeah, I
about?
want to know about a
Um,
bear nursery rhyme. Her parents just made some stuff up. They were just like, there was these bears who had a picnic, and Yogi was his name. And you're just like,
Yeah.
did you just?
I'm like, you were just watching Yogi Bear.
You're like, yeah, but you didn't know what Yogi Bear was, and we didn't have any ideas, so we just said that.
Yeah.
And now you think that Yogi Bear is a? Did you know Yogi Bear has like a nephew?
Does he?
He doesn't have any brothers or sisters that you ever see, but he has a I think it's his nephew.
Yeah, what's
the
his name
Goofy
again?
Movie? No, that's his kid. Goofy has a son.
Goofy has a
Yeah.
the Goofy movie, but no wife.
No.
I think she died.
Yeah, I think they dead
What?
bombed her.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Can I? Yesterday was Memorial Day. I just found out that Goofy's wife passed away. Can I just have a moment here?
I don't know that she was a veteran.
What? I wish the camera was on me when I did that slow turn to look over because it was way more, way cooler for me and you, Ruby, than it was for the audience because they didn't see me like.
But that's okay. It can.
I am a little taken aback that Goofy is he's such a wholesome character. He's such a good
Yeah.
dog person.
Goofy's wife, Mrs. Goof, is not mentioned or present.
See?
I'm almost positive that she was dead in it, or that's what I always thought.
Well, she wasn't around, so she must be dead.
Yeah.
Goofy.
Well, that was made
That's
in,
why he's
that
so
was made
nice.
in the
Because
Yeah.
Goofy killed
That
her.
was made in the 90s where like divorce was really frowned upon. It's
In the
better to kill
90s?
your wife than to get divorced.
Yeah, ask Scott.
Still is.
Scott Park. Wow, Scott.
There's a lot of them, and honestly, there's a
Scott-
lot of them named Scott.
What is his name?
Yeah.
You're thinking of the main one when it was his wife was pregnant. I watched some different things on that, and I don't know if he did it.
I think that's why Scott Peterson. I think that's
Scott
why.
Peterson.
Oh,
Did
he
get
did it.
Did he get away with it?
Dude, no, he got arrested for it.
Yeah,
but
but-
there was a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense with that one, and there was like actually videos of these two men walking around that were like doing other stuff in that area around then, and they just didn't look into that, and they didn't find her body until they like days later. One, they said like they were airing everything out to the public, being like, we're going to start looking for the body over here in this area because we think that's where he might have done it. And then all of a sudden the body ended up in there like right after they said it, because it's like someone could have just been like, oh, this is the perfect place to plant it now because they think that that's where it was.
Yep. And they think that Scott did it, so like if we put it here, that'll just kind of help corroborate their stories.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you're like, even if he did do it, the court of law didn't go over the stuff right, which bugs me.
Yeah, due process is important, but so is not murdering your pregnant wife.
Yeah, but also if you don't know that he did it.
But 90% of the time he did it.
I don't know
well,
if
this
you've ever
was
heard
either
of
Does he
O.J.
have
Simpson.
a dedicated girlfriend who is on the side of his other relationship that's standing by him while he's in jail? Because that's not going to help his credibility.
He did cheat on his wife, but
Naughty.
she did not stay with him after that because she was like, oh, he's cheated. I didn't know that he was.
He cheated
with
on his
her.
wife and she didn't know? Double dirtbag.
Oh, I never said he wasn't a dirtbag. I just said I don't think he murdered his wife.
Eh.
Or
Wait. So
there's not enough evidence.
he cheated. She didn't know, but then Then she left him.
It came out like this was a high profile
Yeah.
thing.
I didn't watch
And
any
so
of the
it came
information.
out
I just went
during-
straight from headlines.
Yeah, so all of a sudden during the trial, it came out that he had a mistress. And that mistress found out that he was who he was by watching the TV, which is even more insane.
Imagine you're just like, well, I mean, they didn't have. Did they have cell phones back then? They would have, but they didn't go off constantly like they do now.
Yeah.
So imagine these days you're just sitting there and you're like, and then everybody's just taking pictures of your like boyfriend, I guess, and then you're just like, why is everybody looking at you? And then ding, you look at your phone, and then your girlfriend is like, not your girlfriend, like your friend that's a girl is like, hey, the guy sitting across from you is Scott Peterson. He murdered his wife.
Yeah. And look, he ordered
calamari.
Yeah. Gross. That's the most disgusting thing about him.
Yeah, it's fine. He probably won't murder you, but that fool eats calamari.
Yeah.
Get out of there,
That,
girl.
that would actually be like the headlines in TikTok. Look at Scott Peterson eating the calamari.
But
All
he's-
those stupid noises over it. They
He's
said
eating
that
it
Scott
with a-
Peterson murdered his wife. I didn't think so till I saw him order such dog crap.
Such a dog crap. Dog crap. Do you eat calamari with a fork and knife? I don't. I take the whole thing. I dip
think
it
I
in the
usually
sauce and
I hole it out.
yeah.
I don't think I eat calamari.
Why not?
I don't think I'm in restaurants where it's served all that often.
It's not even like that. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I don't think they have, like, every time I've had calamari, it's like, well, one time it was like quote unquote fresh, but most of the time it's like frozen.
Right.
You could
Most
probably get it
seafood is
around
gonna
here.
be.
Around here, unless it's like lake trout.
Right.
One time I went to a food truck in Colorado and it said fresh seafood at the food truck. And I was like, you ain't got no fresh seafood. Get out of here.
Caught it this morning.
Yeah.
Right. That's actually what was one of my dreams when I was in Hawaii, was to go on the fishing boat that I owned, catch like 10 fish, sell them to the restaurants on the shore, and then peace out for the rest of the day.
Oh yeah.
That'd be sick. That'd
You
a
just
fun
be
way to
like-
go about life.
Mm-hmm. You
Like-
just got to maintain your boat, which you could actually live on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
You could be like Keanu Reeves in The Replacements.
Did he have a houseboat?
He did.
Dang. I told my wife a long time ago, I said, if anything ever happens to us and we're not together, I'm going to buy a houseboat. And my wife was like, well, I guess it's going to be weird because I'm going to be with you on your houseboat. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
She wants to be on a houseboat. And if I have one, she's going to remarry me.
So
And
Yeah.
I'm like, dang it.
Why don't you guys just get one?
It's funny that you think we don't have one.
Oh my god.
Also, have you ever been...
You stick it on the Red River or what?
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a houseboat around here?
No.
Oh, you should make a casino boat on the Red River.
I thought of that, but then I watched this thing called Ozark, and I was like, wait, wasn't that girl's name Ruby?
I believe so.
The girl that got, oh man, spoiler alert, maybe you do get clipped. Oh man.
Ruby Ozark. You're gonna have to kill me.
Oh man, and she got like really. Actually, she's in the new Wolfman movie, and that movie looks like it sucks.
Oh, really? Wait, how would you want to die, Ruby? Getting eaten by a wolf? Wolfman?
Would I want to be eaten by a wolf? No. Probably quickly.
Yeah, but how?
Yeah, but
Like
Would you want to be in fear with someone pointing a gun at your head and then going quickly? Or would you be like, would you rather not be expecting it?
I mean, a surprise would be cool. I think it maybe if like one to the back of the head, you know, if I would just don't even know it's coming, or like what's the one where if you like close your garage, carbon
Carbon
one of those
monoxide?
ones? Yeah,
That's
that
not
one.
I
quick.
think you usually got to try that
Yeah, but
one.
it's nice. It's like you just sleep, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I
but
don't think
well,
it's like painful.
I have allergies, so I feel like I would cough a lot and like have the sniffles, like sitting in the car, like, and that would just
I
keep
would
me
get
awake.
nauseous before
That would be
I would
funny.
fall asleep.
Right.
And
Yeah.
like the fumes, I'd be like, oh, open a window.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
can't.
Oh,
You start barfing and then you're just like, I don't like this.
That's
I think I'm going to go die another way.
now I have to clean my car.
Now I need to go die another
Yeah.
day, and then you become James Bond.
cool.
That was a James Bond movie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
die another day. I think it was Timothy
Bateman.
Dalton. Timothy Dalton, and apparently he's the villain in the new Bond movie.
Ooh.
And people were like, "How are you supposed to be?" Oh no, maybe it was Pierce Brosnan. Either way, you can't be James Bond and then, 10 years later you're the villain in the same series of movies.
Yeah.
People will be confused.
They should make a Gold Bond movie. I'm Bond. Gold Bond.
Gold Bond.
I make everything drier.
I make it dry. Do you know what Gold Bond is?
Like the powder.
Medicated powder. I think they have a cream too, but
My dad puts it in his shoes.
that's pretty bold of you to say about your dad, Mr. Ruby. I'm sorry Mr. Ruby's dad, I'm sorry that she told everybody that you put Gold Bond in your shoes.
Fine. He's proud of it. He's a spokesperson for them.
Really?
Yeah, he got a brand deal. He's really big on TikTok.
Is he getting paid for this right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
This?
Yeah, because we just said his name.
No. Well, his name actually isn't Mr. Ruby.
Mr. Ruby's dad.
Mr. Ruby's dad.
That is really funny if your name was Ruby.
Like Super Mario Brothers, dude.
Because it's Mario and Luigi Mario.
The Mario Brothers.
I don't like that, actually.
Nobody does.
No. It was like, people put that together. That they're like, wait, it's the Mario Brothers. That means that their last name is Mario.
Yeah, but like what people have not like mentioned is that Mario isn't his first name. His first name is Super.
He could be.
And I think there was a game just called Mario Brothers.
Yeah, because I think Super Mario Brothers was for Super Nintendo.
Regular Nintendo had Super Mario Brothers. Maybe. Who knows?
Yep.
Yep. So you were out late last night.
I wasn't out that late.
How late is not that late?
I probably went home at like 10:30, 11.
How were you hungover if you were home by 10:30, 11? Were you drinking more at home?
No. I got woken up this morning at 5, so I've actually been up since 5.
Oh, by who?
My roommate.
What did she say?
That she had a migraine really bad, and she couldn't sleep, and she was freaking out, so I had to get her an ice pack, but we didn't have any ice packs. So I had to get her a bag of frozen applesauce.
She didn't just go...
I don't think she meant to wake me up, and then I was just up.
Oh.
Like, it was just like a bad migraine.
That is funny for someone your age to wake you up and be like, my head hurts. Get something for me.
No. Like, I just woke up, and she was freaking out, so I just...
Have you heard of this product called Head On?
Nope.
Applied directly to the forehead?
I have not.
I'm surprised, like, if you've seen the commercials, like, that's all it is. It's a person.
What is
And they're
it?
rubbing. It's like a stick of, I don't know. I've never used it. But you rub it on your forehead. rub. And then you just wait. But the commercial doesn't say anything except for head on, apply directly to the forehead.
Yeah.
Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on, apply directly to the forehead. And then it would just be done.
Nice.
No, it wasn't nice. It sucked. It like captivated the entire country for like 6 months.
Yeah. Name 3 other things that you'd apply directly to your forehead.
The headbands.
And speak into the microphone.
The headbands from that game, headbands.
Good
like,
pull right away. Okay,
you.
go ahead.
Thank you.
Like your cell phone when you play...
Your your cell phone
Heads
when
Up.
you play Heads Up, which is the phone version of the game Headbands.
I've never played. Okay.
What's a third thing?
Probably just a headband for when you
Let her
my
come
God.
up with the ideas.
Wait, no, that's a good one. So a headband. That's 3.
Yep. Well, sometimes
You
she
know what?
needs help.
Four. And Blaise, you don't give her the answers this time.
You know, you could stick a quarter on there probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
could.
guess you could stick a quarter.
They could do a card like they do
You
on...
could do a card.
They do a card like on...
Headbands.
Yeah, no, what was that? Why can't I think of his name? That...
David.
The
Blaine.
Amazing Jonathan.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
It's like 3 things and then they turn it around. They're like...
Oh, you're talking about Johnny Carson?
Yeah.
With the
Being the amazing whatever...
yeah, I know. I can't, the Amazing Bellini. No,
Something.
the Great Bellini.
Yeah. So
Great
you,
Malenko.
you did tell us that you were going to bring in some... You said you were going to tell government secrets on the show?
I did.
What kind of government secrets you got going on?
Well, I don't know.
Well, you got to spill the tea. And don't spill the tea on this equipment. Just spill it out of your mouth.
Well, the thing is,
yeah. It's
basically, the government doesn't want you to know this.
Right, that's why
But-
there's secrets.
But yeah, so that's why it's a secret. So I'm putting a lot on the line to tell you this right now. But
And we appreciate it.
Yeah.
the government, specifically the IRS, doesn't like you guys.
The
They
IRS?
called me and they told me this, and they were like, "Yeah, we're just gonna throw a bunch of extra stuff at them this tax season because we think they're stupid." And so you guys are
We
both,
think they're
you
stupid.
guys are both getting audited next year, so get ready for that.
I'm ready.
But also, they've planted listening devices in your homes and vehicles. So that's actually why that money was all loose in there. Is the government went in and they were taking money from your pockets and shuffling it into your car.
Oh, dude, the IRS actually last year when I did my taxes, they're like, you didn't pay in this amount or whatever. And I'm like, I did pay that amount. I had the receipt for it. And then they just keep sending me letters. They're like, we're going to keep adding like penalties on this. And then they keep sending me letters. I'm like, I paid that. And also, why are you coming at me for this? It's such a minimal amount. It was like $26.
Yeah.
And I was like, I paid that. And then they're still like, nope, now you owe us $50 because you didn't pay it for a year. And I'm like, I paid it.
I have the respect.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for those 80,000 extra IRS jobs that they made to not do anything.
Oh, yeah.
Except come up for these middlemen.
The only time I've ever been to jail, it was because I had a suspended license and I had to go to jail.
Really?
But I had and that's what's crazy. I had the receipt for the ticket in my visor.
Oh, wow.
And the lady was like, oh, you have an unpaid ticket from whatever, and it's like a year ago or something like that. And they were like, we put a warrant out for your arrest, so we have to arrest you. And I was like, do you? Like, it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm driving me and all my DJ equipment home. And the only reason I got pulled over in the first place was because my tabs, I was leaving for Hawaii on like June 2nd.
Yep.
And my tabs expired May 31st. And this happened to be June 1st.
Oh, wow.
So like I'm driving 2:30 in the morning. I get pulled over and they're like, we actually have to take you to jail. And I got bailed out of, I used my one get out of jail free card for that.
I said, what's bail on that?
My mom had to pay $200.
Jeez Louise.
That's what I said. I was like, what?
You should have just we should just always keep donuts in the car. So then if the cops pull you over, you're like, I got something for you.
Yeah, and then you can make them even more mad, and you can have your mom pay even more money to get you out of jail.
No, because they'll be like, donuts. I love them. Oink, oink.
But next week, Blaise won't be able to attend the podcast.
Yeah.
Because
They're going to arrest you on that tax stuff. They're
Yup.
going to get you.
they're going
They
to throw
are.
a bucket of like wet old food and they're going to throw it in your cell and they're going to be like, oh, look who's the piggy now. And they're going to be like, eat this slop, piggy. And
And they're going
it's
to
like,
make you oink while you eat it.
Yeah, and I'm
it's
like-
gonna be awful.
And I'll be like, this has been my kink forever. I'm so
you're like
excited.
rolling around in it. Like,
Yeah.
oh.
And then they're like, no, we're going to pay you to leave here. I'm like, keep me in.
Blaise, put your clothes back on. Actually, do cops call you by your first name in jails, prisons, whatever? Would
Yeah.
it be prison?
No, probably just jail.
Just regular jail.
Depends how long they keep you in there.
That's true.
Depends how much slop they have for me.
That's how long I stay is how much slop do they have.
Yeah. Slop them up.
Slop them up. Ruby, do you enjoy a sloppy steak?
I love a sloppy steak.
That's good to hear. Just so you guys know, sloppy steaks is a
Water.
skit. Yeah, where you dump water on steaks. So it's not weird or anything. I just wanted you to have we
you
what?
seen his new movie?
No,
Friendship? Heard about it. Thought
I
it was
hear
a
really
joke.
good things.
I've
but
heard
I
it's like the
haven't seen
funniest.
it.
Well, it just comes out. It comes to the Fargo Theater on this weekend.
Nice.
The
Paul
30th.
Rudd's in it. He's a pretty high profile
Yeah,
actor.
There's kind of a lot of people in it, I think. I don't know. I've only seen a few different clips, but
I thought that movie
looks
was like a
good.
joke movie.
yeah, I thought it was like
Like, I
a
didn't
fake poster.
think it- right.
Because why would he do that?
It actually, what's funny is it does just kind of look like another I Love You Man, which Paul Rudd was also in. Only now Paul Rudd's the guy.
Pud Rudd.
Pud Rudd.
Have you guys heard Pud Rudd?
Pud Rudd. That's my favorite band.
Dude, I don't know if I said this before. My buddies Levi and Kayla were like fraternal twins, not identical. And their license plate, they shared a car in high school. And the license plate said K's Pud. And I was like, why is that your license plate? And they're like, because it says Kayla and Spud, not K's Pud. And I was like, why does it say Spud? They're like, our grandparents call us that. We're like, we hang out with you every day and no one has ever called you that.
Well, you don't hang out with my grandfather every day.
Truth.
That is true. If I did, I'd probably be married to your grandfather.
Would I
That'd
have
be
to call you
something.
like Grandma Blaise?
Grandma Blaise. Yes, no, I'd still be grandpa.
I have 2 grandpas. Nobody ever says that. That's gonna happen soon.
Yeah.
Actually, it probably already has happened. Now that I think about it, like
well, it's
Oh,
tough
yeah.
to find older gay people.
right.
I mean, as time goes on, they'll get there.
Well, because
That's exactly what I was just saying. It's
Got
like
it.
you're in the 60s or something. You probably didn't have 2 gay grandpas.
Right.
oh no, you probably had 2 great gay grandpas, but they were both married to women.
Yeah,
and not telling anyone.
not telling a single person. And then
Yeah.
they were going. Then the wife was showing up, and they're like, "We have 3 kids together, and you're over here with this man. This is my friend from Xbox."
They're like, what's Xbox? They're like, just that place that we keep all our X-rated
All
stuff,
the X-rated materials,
and then get together and hang out and watch it. They're like, that's worse than playing video games that aren't invented yet.
Their version of Xbox was just the army. Like their version of Xbox was just
The
like
Call
that's
of
the
Duty
guy
was
I served,
actually the
but
Call of
they were
Duty.
real.
Yeah.
Like they what you're playing, that's their lives.
They're like, what did you play for 3 years? Like Medal of Honor and Call of Duty.
Yeah. I played Purple Heart
Yeah.
and shot in the butt. Like, what are you talking about? Oh man.
Purple fart.
So true.
Memorial Day was yesterday. So we
I
just
feel bad for that. In other news,
Well, I wonder, like, okay, you're in the army, you're storming the beach. Like, I feel like today, more people would like see their buddy get like shot and then just bolt.
oh yeah,
Like, whoa, I'm what? I didn't sign up for this, you
Right,
know. But like back then, they
people-
were like,
People used to have conviction.
yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't think you could. You were on the beach. It's too late. You're there. You kind of got
You're
to do
thinking
it
of-
or don't.
You're thinking of Normandy.
Or no matter where you are, you're just kind of there and everybody's fighting. Where are you gonna go?
Oh, away.
Would you just like physically
swim
run?
on the beach, swim away.
You just strip down to your boxers and start swimming. You're
Yeah.
like, I'm just a tourist.
Yeah, you got like your sunglasses and a beach towel. You're like, this will be a great cover up.
They're like, oh, he forgot to take off his helmet. Which, were those helmets bulletproof?
I think,
I think they tried their best to be.
yeah.
They were intended to be.
Okay.
I don't know if they.
I think some probably were.
foolproof.
And then, like, okay, let's say the kid's playing Call of Duty, and like he's like, you know what I mean? And then Grandpa comes in, gay or not, he just walks in and he sees like you storming the beach of Normandy
Yeah.
on TV, and he starts thinking about like his brothers, like Paul Rudd and there's
and
another
Pud Rudd.
Pud
Paul
Rudd.
Rudd and Pud Rudd.
Pud Rudd. They were
Brothers
fraternal
who signed
twins.
up, yeah.
Yeah.
Not identical.
Not identical. They had a license plate that said Pud.
Oh,
That's crazy. Oh, what's that? There's a license plate. Oh man, it's like a teacher. What does it say? It says like Miss. Man, I forget what it is, so it makes the story horrible. But like it's Miss something. But like, let's say I don't remember what it is. But like, let's say she's into punk rock, and she's like Miss Punk, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, what it looks like is Mr.
Miss
Spunk.
Spunk,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're like, yo, what? Like, oh man, so
real spunky.
I can't read Punky Brewster,
Spunky Brewster.
but man, what was your favorite childhood cartoon? Were you allowed to watch them?
I was allowed to watch cartoons. I had like PBS though.
Also, like Arthur and
Yeah, I liked Cyber Chase. That was a fun one. They went into cyberspace. I don't think we're gonna find common
No, I don't think so either.
ground here.
oh,
Dragon Tales.
I know Dragon Tales.
Dragon
Yep,
Tales.
yep.
That one was good. How do you
I think
not
I
know
remember Dragon Tales.
Probably because I was
It's
so
like-
busy fighting actual dragons in my childhood.
Okay, what I don't know. Yeah, I think what are your childhood cartoons?
I don't think we're gonna find common ground.
I think we'll have to go back to the invention of cartoons. Like,
Steamboat Willie.
What was your favorite
Have you ever heard
cartoon?
of
The
Felix
first
the
one?
Cat? Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't think so. Have you ever heard of Betty Boop?
Actually,
Now what?
I was really into Betty Boop. I had a DVD of her cartoons.
Really?
Yeah.
I could understand it. She was like a pinup model or something,
Yeah.
right?
It was kind of crazy.
Does anybody?
I'm still just
Do you
so
think-
tired
Do
from
you
this
think
week.
Grandpa used to watch Betty Boop like alone in the den?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
For sure.
was that like the first hentai or
My
something?
two grandpas definitely watched that Betty Boop together,
And they kiss and stuff.
and they'd kiss and be like, "What would happen?"
What happened, Grandpa?
So wait, are they? Because they're kissing. So are they gay or are they straight for Betty Boop only?
They are just experimenting in the war.
Oh, well, that's nice.
That's
they're just experimenting in wartime.
yeah.
Oh my gosh!
You know what I just kind of put together not that long ago, which is dumb of me. I was just like, oh, during World War
Betty Boop.
II, there was like days where they went into battle and it was like nice weather. In every single movie, it's like raining and crappy weather the whole time, and that's just what I thought that every single day in World War II was. But I was like, there are days when they woke up and they're like, oh, it's 79 degrees. I'm gonna go to war.
Do you think that they did it with like a little more pep in their step, or do you think they were like, "Wow, it's a nice day and we're going to war"? Like, do you think maybe they just wanted to play kickball?
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah,
Like,
they use people's heads though.
And you know what? You do what you can.
Yeah.
yeah. There was a game where they played soccer with people's heads. I think it was like in like Mongolia.
That's a bit much.
Yeah, but how else are your enemies gonna know that you have like smited them unless you cut off their heads and soccer kick them all around?
I just really do think that once you murder them, probably publicly, I also imagine they probably know they're dead, and kicking the head around doesn't even seem like it would be like practical for a ball game.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, if
How
you're gonna
many
bring
kicks
in,
can that really hold up? You're kicking a skull.
They probably need to take the skull and then maybe then they probably make the skin like leather and then
That's interesting.
not just using
that
it as
I
a
could
regular.
get behind a little
They
bit
pull
more.
the
That's
they
a kind
pull
of
it down.
statement.
Yeah.
they only use like really fat people so they can like squeeze the double chin
Oh,
get them
yeah.
in there.
Perfect.
Yeah. Too bad there's not as many fat people in other countries. They look a lot better in America.
That's how they're gonna get us.
Yeah. If you were to eat someone, if you were a cannibal,
Okay, good.
what do you think that the best part of someone to eat would be?
Ooh, dang. I mean, I think it would be the same as like if you did like that thing of a cow where you're like, okay, this is the top round and then this is the. So I bet you. Now, what kind of like is it a fit person or a not fit person?
Say just like an average fit, not like overly fit.
Then I think the back of the thigh, like the top of the leg.
Oh yeah, I was
You
wondering
know?
if like arms would be kind of like chicken wings, where it's like a nice firm one and you just kind of.
Well, that's the thing. You just have to if we're beef and you go with the cow model, then the arms probably wouldn't be great. But the shoulders might, like the
Yeah.
larger part.
Yeah,
Pork butt, pork shoulder. I mean, that's pig's butt.
pork butt. Does that actually come from butt?
Pork butt.
Huh.
That's what I was. I like at the risk of sounding weird. I think I would probably like if it was a muscular person, you'd have a lot of butt meat.
Yeah, you have a lot of butt meat, and there's also just fat on the butt.
A
Yeah,
little
you know
bit.
what?
Like that's what I was thinking of the leg. You'd have some good marbling, maybe.
That is true. The butt might be the thing to eat.
Yeah. So we're out here eating butts on Woke Bob. Woke Bob, if you do eat people, eat their butts. That'd be so weird. Okay, does somebody out there like calls in and they're like, you know what? I've had a couple of different people, and you think the butt is the best part, but it's not. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
And then people are eating back straps, and you're like making people bacon off of back straps. Not my breakfast.
It is weird that I could really go for some bacon. There are those people though that are like, hey, I want you to kill me, but before, I'm going to eat myself with you or something. Like, you hear about people doing that. Not, I mean, consistently, but it's happened.
I've never heard of that once before in my entire life.
Really? There's things where it's like, oh, this person wanted to pay someone to murder them and eat them together. They usually cut off parts of their body like it's a guy.
Yeah, well, there's never like how serial killers seem to mostly be dudes.
That is true.
Yeah.
I don't see a lady.
What is
saying,
crazy, because I could see Ruby seems like she would kill people.
I don't think I'd be a serial killer though. I think I'm more like I could snap one day.
Yeah, I think it'd be
Oh,
a
But
really?
one-off.
I don't think it would be. Yeah, I don't think it
How
would
would
be.
you
I
hide-
would feel bad.
How would you initially hide the body?
Oh,
Or
I
would
don't
you
think
just
I
come
would.
clean right
I think
away?
I would just be like, ugh, lock me away. I'd get off on like insanity charges. Like I don't think I'd do a time. I think they'd lock me up forever.
They go back to
But not in real jail.
yeah.
Like I think I would just be in a psych ward forever. I could.
You'd have to go to real jail first.
No.
Yeah.
Nah,
I don't know. I wonder what would be better, a psych ward or jail.
Well, I don't think either would be very fun.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that the one would be fun. I'm saying which one would be better.
The thing is,
depend-
I think if I went to jail, I would, and I had a life sentence, I would just like,
I think
I'm gonna go to jail now. Jail is where I live my life, so like I'm gonna just get more charges and probably kill more people.
Did you hear about that guy who?
I like that attitude though, because what are you gonna do in jail? You're like somebody comes at you, and then you're just gonna get beat up for the next
Right.
20 years.
No,
Like
it's
nope.
like if I have a 7-year sentence, fine, sure, yeah, like I'll just fight them for 7 years. But if I'm there forever, no,
Dude,
no,
I bet-
I'm murdering people left and right.
I think you would like jail because you'd be like, I get to hang out just with girls. There's no men ever again.
There's a lot of men in there guards, and I would
I
have
don't
to
think that
listen to
they're.
them.
I
and
think
tell
that
them
they
what to
hire
do.
a lot of women.
I don't
guards.
think they allow that anymore.
Well, they shouldn't. Probably have to. I don't know.
I think there's
Orange
a
is
lot
the
of
New Black made that very. Did you guys watch that show?
yeah. I watched the whole
little
thing.
bit.
It was a good show.
It was okay. It got weird, not weird, but
It did get weird in parts.
there was towards the middle, it was good. And then there was one season that was just and then it pulled itself back.
Yeah.
But I don't think it ended well. I didn't like the ending. I just
I
didn't
don't
like it.
recall the ending, which means I didn't like it.
Nice.
But it was a good show overall.
Overall, I'd watch. I don't think I'd watch it again.
It didn't make prison look fun or like I'd want to be there.
It did make prison look fun.
You thought so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They had sometimes they had parties.
Do they have gangs in women prisons, kind of like they do in male prisons? Like, do you need to choose if you're with
Yes and no. It's still pretty race based, I think.
Yeah.
Really?
At least it was in.
It is. Do you think there's any Nazi women in there?
They don't do the Nazi thing as hard, but there are some absolutely.
You seem
Yeah.
to know quite a bit about this. Ruby.
It's all
I've
based on
watched
Orange
a
is
lot
the
of
New Black. Oh.
No, I've watched a lot of
Women's prisons documentaries. Me too.
Yeah.
well, and other stuff too, what is it, Love on Lockup? You ever seen that show?
No.
It's where they are dating prisoners.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
All kinds of good stuff. It's a good show. It's if you want to waste your time, it's really fun.
There's another show like Orange is the New Black that was a real Orange is the New Black kind of, but they were it was. I don't remember where the prison was, but they basically were this is actually prison.
Mm-hmm.
And then they didn't follow around 24/7 and then
yeah.
whatever, have the in the shower scenes and nudity or anything, but they were this lady's mad at this lady because she stole her biscuit. And
Dude,
then
when I had friends that were in prison, they were just yeah, every once in a while they're they were oh yeah, some guy would just have acid and they're if you don't mind being naked with other dudes, you just all go to the bathroom and you do drugs together in jail. I'm well, that's interesting.
why do you have to be naked?
Because you need to go to the showers. That's where the only places people don't watch you.
I would also, as a guard, I feel if I knew that, hey, Ricky and Steven and Greg and Terrence have been in the bathroom, in the showers for, I don't know, 6 hours.
Yeah.
What are they doing
Yeah,
in
they said that
there?
they would just smoke weed and stuff in there too. I'm that is insane. They're just yep. Doesn't really matter. I'm so people don't really get help in there very much, huh? They're not really.
No, I'm sure it's a very, as a prison guard, like I don't, there was a show a long time ago that was like psychologically the guards feel superior and they can't help themselves but to be that role. Like they're just like, you're the prisoners, I'm the guard, I'm better than you.
Yep.
If you don't like what I have to say, I'll hit you with this stick, and that's what it is.
Are you talking about the what was that called? That science experiment?
Oh, there was a science experiment. Didn't they switch those people around or something?
No, they did. Like they had people respond to like this ad, but it turned out like the ad itself just attracted like aggressive people. Like the like wording on the ad was just like keyed into like people who are automatically like aggressive and they wouldn't have taken that stance. And like they did another version of it where they just changed the exact wording of it, but they posted the same thing and they didn't do the experiment, but they got like an entirely different set of subjects that were like psychologically different.
Huh.
Interesting.
That is weird.
That is weird.
What was the test though?
They were basically testing like people's people's.
What's the name of it? I can't.
Yeah.
They signed people up to go to jail.
You like pretended to go to jail. So it was a bunch of college students, and it was like one group was the inmates and one group was the guards, and they could have literally just like spent the weekend hanging out, like play pretend, whatever. But they took it like seriously, and it became like a human rights issue. Like they were like actually treating them like prisoners and like mistreating them if they were real prisoners.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
Yeah.
Like breaking rules and everything. It's crazy.
That is nuts. Hey, let's do that again.
Let's run that
Stanford,
experiment.
Stanford prison
Stanford
experiment.
Let's
prison
run it
experiment,
again.
yeah.
And we'll be in charge this time. Ruby, do you want to be a guard or a prisoner?
A prisoner. I do think the power would go to my head. I do think if I got the guard, I'd do it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, I
You
think
know what? That's very nice of you and actually mature to be like, you know what? No, I will do this so that it doesn't go to my head. Because it's still just an experiment. You could be like, I'll try it out.
Yeah.
Or do you think you would just wield the power and then be like, I'll never go back?
I'll never.
I think
go
it would do
back.
bad things to me, and I think I'd have to professionally become a prison guard afterwards.
Oh.
Who I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Or would you want to change the system from the inside?
No, I would be evil. I've just said this. Unchecked power would directly ruin me. I'd go crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
None
but
of this
that's
is true. I'd
She's
probably
just like
die.
spinning a baton. She's like, I'll never stop this.
yeah.
Stop mouthing off.
She's
to
got
me.
a whistle. She's just like,
She's on stage next week and someone heckles her and she just jumps off with a baton.
back in your cell.
a Billy.
Yeah, and she actually makes people listen to her jokes in the cells. They're like, this is hell.
They're just listen. If you don't want to do the time, don't do the crime.
Nice. You just walk by, you're clinking the bars. Clink, 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 clink. Ah, man. Hey, you're in jail, and she's like, hey, Blaise, time for breakfast. And your breakfast is just getting beat with a baton.
And I'm like, man, this is
The
as
best.
hot as that slop.
Oh, you got this slop all over my baton.
I'm just licking the baton.
Oh, man. Well, see, I feel like if I had the choice, I'd just definitely be the guard, because it's like, do you want to be the guard or the prisoner?
Right.
Do you want to be the boss or the employee? Do you want to be like, I don't know. If I was the prisoner, I would then be at the mercy of you.
Yeah.
Versus I'd rather them be at the mercy of me.
Right.
I don't know if the power would go to my head, but I do know I would get in trouble.
It wouldn't go great.
Yeah, it'd be like somebody would say something and I'd be like, yo, what?
It is pretty
And
crazy
then
when
whack.
they're like, they should just have male or female guards in each one, because there's those stories where the prisoners will just seduce like the female guard, and then she'll be like, they're in love with me, and then they leave after. They're like, I can't believe that consensual stuff that we did between the bars was all a ruse.
The glory hole is a glory
and now he's
hole.
murdering me outside.
Wait, murdering? The guy's murdering?
Well, that helps. That happens a lot where it's like a prisoner gets one of the guards helps the prisoner escape because they fall in love with him, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll run away together." And then the criminal's just like, and they kill him, and they just keep going.
Whoa.
Actually, I probably have heard 2 stories like that.
But
I'm
it's
just gonna say
enough,
it's a lot.
you
Yeah.
know? It happens.
So
Out
you're
of-
saying
out
if
of
you
the
fall
people
in
that
love with a
fall-
woman, she will kill you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's what I'm
obviously.
hearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any
it's
and
just-
every time.
Yeah, it just
Every
depends if
single
it's a
time.
slow, painful death or a quick one. But that woman
But
is
she'll
going to
do it
kill
either
you.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, "Hey, guard, can I see your gun?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Beretta 350. Oh,
Yeah.
why?
That is why men usually die before women in marriages.
Because
Just
they
like,
kill them.
yeah, they're just like, you've been slowly killing me this whole time. Having to figure out different colors floors to put in every 3 years.
Who's getting their floors redone every 3 years?
People
Yeah.
do that, you know. People do that. People get new floors.
Guys that are married to women who like new floors.
Yeah, obviously.
All those classic girl things.
Yeah, women.
Wait till you get a
women
house,
and
Ruby.
floors.
You'll be like, I think we need to change this. We could have bought a different house.
I don't think I'll ever have a house.
It is very funny how many times guys like buy houses that are like, and they're just like, yeah, I'm fine with this, and then the girls are like, we need to change all this stuff. It's like, oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah,
if
that's
you
what I
buy
was.
a house, you should probably like repaint it. That's not that crazy. Like, when was
You-
the last time it got painted?
Well, probably right before they sold it.
No.
Usually because they want to make it look better. So
Yeah.
like they'll.
Oh, then maybe you don't need to if they did that. But
Yeah,
if
but
they did
usually
it,
it's like, well, not usually, but for instance, our house, like a lot of it was just painted white, and then you can just change whatever color, you know, add color here, add color there, but. So it was probably
just never
painted
know.
recently. Yeah, you never know.
So in
What would you paint your walls with? I mean, color wise.
the blood of her husband.
Yeah.
I like darker walls.
Okay.
I would go with like a purple or a green.
Purple. You
Maybe a
seem like a
gray.
purple person.
I like purple a lot. It's probably my favorite color.
green.
Nice.
Mm,
What's your favorite color, Markway?
I don't see.
It took us a while to get kind of started here today. I was so tired till halfway through.
And now that it's
we,
almost
had
over.
we had a lot of like, what are your favorites?
Yup.
You did ask me how I wanted to die.
Yeah.
That's a classic. What's your favorite?
What's
your favorite way to die?
Yeah. Jinx.
It's like we could ask Kenny from South Park that.
Ooh, he's died a bunch of times, hasn't he?
Yeah. They killed Kenny.
Never seen that show.
Never?
No, I won't watch it on account of the Kick a Ginger Day thing. Like, as protest, I just can't watch it.
Yeah, but do you know
I
that
don't-
it's not? Do you know that at the end of that episode, they start saying that gingers are fine and they should all love each other?
I don't, because I haven't seen it, but I do know that the day it came out, the next morning, when I was in elementary school, a kid came up to me and kicked me a bunch of times, and he said, "Is Kick a Ginger Day?" And I said, "I don't even know what you're talking about."
That's because they're probably keeping it secret from gingers. But here's the thing. What he did to you was assault. And also, the show came out yesterday. That kid was a moron. If the show came out yesterday and it was Kick a Ginger Day yesterday, then
Right.
today can't be
Yeah.
Kick a Ginger.
That's actually really true.
Yeah.
That kid, you know what? What's his name?
I don't recall.
Oh, he's so lucky. Oh my gosh. I was going to go. I'm going to be like, I saw a show yesterday. It's called Kick a Dummy Day. And then I'm
Yeah.
just going to start kicking that guy. And he's going to be like, but it was yesterday. And
Yeah.
I'll be like, yeah, I know, dummy.
And then I'd
I'm
be
gonna
like-
kick him some more.
and then I'd be like, and it's not opposite day, which means
It
It
is.
is opposite day.
No, it's not.
I'm not a big, it's not that I don't know. Some people say that they're, like, I have a friend who, people are like, he's a ginger, and I think he just has red hair.
Yeah. What's
What is
the
that?
difference?
I don't know. You
No,
said you're a
I'm-
ginger, and I'm like, are
I
you?
think I don't know. Am I?
It is just red hair.
If you have red hair, you are a ginger.
Yeah.
Like, if you have brown hair, you are a brunette.
Nope. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
How is ginger, for one, is like,
Orange.
Well, the thing is, most people
no,
with
ginger's like a white.
with red-
like,
people with like red and white hair usually have fairer skin.
Truth.
So then it's but. How
So
many
then it's
tan?
but.
How many tan red-headed people do you see?
I got a sunburn yesterday.
Yeah, and it's gone and it's back to pure white again.
No, I only sunburnt my shoulders.
Oh,
because
Well, why not your face?
all the
how'd you-
patios I was on, I was facing away from the sun.
Oh, I like looking into the sun.
Well, that's not very smart.
My favorite.
I mean, I like facing the direction of the sun. I don't like
No,
looking
you
into
like
it.
staring directly into it.
Yeah,
It
I'm
makes
pretty
you
much
feel good.
Donald Trump.
I like how dizzy I get. That's you.
I
My
don't know.
favorite part of the summer or the early summer. It's lake weather. People are going to the lakes and they're gonna wear those sunglasses.
Oh yeah.
And they're gonna get raccoon eyes. Oh my gosh, my favorite is like people just walk around and they're like with their raccoon eyes, and I just look at them and I say, "You're a raccoon."
Ha 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 ha.
I saw a bald guy with tan lines from a baseball cap yesterday. That was fun.
Oh, that's
like
fun.
really bad. Like
Yup.
like white and like red.
Dude, especially when bald guys have like
Oh, yeah.
caps that have like the back mesh.
That's what it. Well,
Yeah.
it was like yours. So there was that little like
Yeah.
cutout just on the back of his head
Amazing.
of like sunburnt bald skin. And good for him. He was so brave.
Very
for-
brave. You're so brave. It was Memorial Day. He burnt his son.
And
He
now
got a
his son's-
sunburn for that.
Yeah, his son's no longer with us because he burnt them.
And he's so brave. So brave.
So brave. So brave.
So many braveries.
Yep. But on that note, remember to, if you're going to eat a person, eat butt
Eat their butts.
Sure.
and sunburn your head.
It's the tastiest part, I think, I've heard.
And if you want to go to comedy this weekend,
What'd you do?
you want to see Irene 2 and Marlon Wells at The Cellar
Nice.
That's right.
on Friday
And Saturday.
at 8 p.m., right?
Yeah.
And then Saturday at 7 p.m. and 9:30.
And 9:30.
Very fun to do.
Nice.
You also can, we were going to say this at the beginning of our show.
I know, I
but
forgot all about it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, crap. I
Enter to
forgot.
win Theo Von tickets from us by subscribing to our YouTube channel
True that.
and
True
our
that.
TikTok, whatever. You can get we'll put an entry for every one that we get.
Yeah, just go like and subscribe something that says, I woke up for this.
And comment woke mob on stuff.
Ooh.
And then
If you're part of the woke
actually
mob,
start
you might-
commenting that on other videos and then just screenshot it and send it. That has nothing to do with any of our stuff.
Yeah, go to, I don't know, like NASA's website, look at pictures of the Hubble telescope, and then on that YouTube video channel, just say,
Woke mob.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah,
Can't-
do that.
Yeah. You got anything, Rubendale?
I've got a show on June 14th at the Bear Creek Winery. That should be fun.
Who's with you there?
Bethany and Shakar.
Nice. That guy, I ran into that guy, gave me his number at the, what's it called?
Shakar?
Sometime. No, the guy who owns Bear Creek.
Was it the Calvin Evans show?
That guy saw me at Kelvin Evans, and then he saw us at, what the heck's it called? And he saw us at the VFW, and he came up and he was like, "Hey, you! I gotta get your number to do a show sometime." I'm like, "You are drunk."
Dude, I saw, just when you said Shakar, I remembered Saturday night. I saw, I was like, I think I literally sent,
You
this dumb snap.
You saw Shakar in person. You Snapchatted both of us, and you do this really fun thing where you Snapchat me, and then you also Snapchat us in a group. So I always get 2 videos from you, and it was like a 3-minute long video of you walking somewhere and talking to us.
Yeah, because I was talking to both of you guys, and then, I think I even hit send and looked up, and then there was Shakar, and I was like, what? That just came into my mind just now.
Yeah, I saw Shakar earlier on in the night because I was like, I think we'll be back for Battle of the Hams, and then we were back there, but I have no recollection of it. I just
Wait,
have
did we go
pictures
back
of-
to Dempsey's?
Yeah, that's where we have pictures around that Hams
Yeah,
bear.
you guys had a big night.
Didn't I show you all those?
Nope.
Oh, there's just me and Miller and you.
I didn't even know that
And
bear existed.
I have no recollection of that whatsoever.
Awesome. That is awesome.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you next week. Toodaloo.
Bye. Oh, that's from the thing. Aloha. I always forget.